to be fucking kidding me. I was just about to jump in the...
Go watch her video. She's absolutely right. If you haven't seen it and you don't want to watch the full thing, the summary is basically there was an article put out with PhD backing that said that people growing vegetables and food in their own lawns in their house were doing more damage than the larger farms and then some of the other agricultural businesses in place. And it's like, it's complete crap. Check, if you're reading articles like this, you have to check sources on stuff. There's another video I'm going to do here where a PhD, it's an article I read, a PhD was saying that, the talk about how electric vehicles are more dangerous to the environment is completely false. But he only talks about one portion of electric vehicles. He doesn't address the other issues there, and it's very clipped and short. Look, getting a PhD can be expensive, so if you can get sponsorship by a news organization to say some slightly untrue information, some people will take it because education is expensive, so be aware of that. I'm not a huge conspiracy theory person. If you watch my content, you know that. But generally when I'm presenting stuff, there's information you can look into. But this one is so simple, and she points it out. Like, you would have to be doing so much farming in your yard with so many chemicals to make it unsafe and comparable to what, larger farms are doing. It's just not going to happen. Even if tomorrow every single citizen that just owned a home or had a yard, we'll say had a yard because homeownership's down, right? But every person who had a yard, if they were growing their own vegetables, there's no way. There's not enough people, there's not enough space for that to even be an impact to the environment. This is more propaganda to get you to stop doing things. It's the other side of the argument that, the greenhouse gas is your fault for driving your car. It's your fault for being wasteful. And if you just recycle some more, things will be better. It's shifting the blame onto the people rather than these companies taking responsibility. I would expect that article has some backing from the pesticide companies or from the companies that, work with seeds that prevent farmers from being able to save their own seeds to replant. Because that's a thing. If you haven't seen that, look into it. It's just, Monsanto's one of those things, right? They'll spin everything. So no, grow your stuff in your backyard if you want to. You might, if you have the capability to, get some flow hives, help the bee population, and get yourself some honey. I think we should all be participating where we can in growing our own food. I have a yard, but I don't have the setup for it, and my yard's prone to flooding, so having a crop may not be completely doable. Also, money's tight right now, and it costs money to get that started. So, but these articles come out, and I keep seeing them. I'm seeing more and more with PhD backing. Now, to be clear, I don't know about this article in particular, but the one that I was talking about with the electric car stuff, the guy wasn't graduated yet. He was an undergraduate. So it looks like he took the money probably to offset expenses, or was just some nice cash to have. But at this point, somebody putting out a statement like that's an undergraduate, I would strongly be concerned with what they have going on in the future when they become a full doctor or when they get their doctorate, how credible they're going to be. Because if they were willing to take money before they got their credentials to make false claims or to support false claims, what are they going to do when they actually have their doctorate? Because they've already shown they can be bought. So what are your thoughts on this? Do you currently grow food, in your yard? If so, or is it enough to sustain your family, or is it just little bits of extra to help offset? Where I'm at, I can't have a lot of animals or anything. Otherwise, I'd probably have chickens or something, but that also is, startup cost. But, where do you see things going with food at this point? With the cost being so far up, they say price is coming down, but I'm not seeing it yet. So anyway, let me know what you guys think.